Hello students, welcome to Digital Learning Platform. This is third module, Key Management. So coming for the introduction, what is key management? Key management is related to generation, storage, distribution and backup of keys. So what kind of keys you may consider here? That is public key and private key pairs. So consider party A and B, and A wants to communicate with B. So now if A wants to encrypt any message that has to be sent from A to B, A needs B's public key. So that is the assumption here. So what is the application of key management? So that is applied in encryption, decryption, signature generation, verification and authentication. But how does A knows B's public key? So that is our question here. So possibility 1 is A may frequently communicate with B in a secure fashion, so he may already have B's public key. So let us consider some assumption here. So B must have securely communicated his public key to A at some point in the past. That means he has to have the past history of secure communication. And next assumption is if B's public key private key pair is changed, then the new public key should be securely communicated to A. So let us consider the second possibility. So what is the second possibility? Every entity's public key is securely maintained in a centralized directory. So the problem here is who would take the responsibility of maintaining such a directory? So there is huge scalability problems now. And another problem here is the non-uniqueness of the names. For example, if many users are connected with BMart website, okay, for example, many users are connected with BMart website. So there are several persons with same name like John T, or for example with the same name like Fatima. Okay, so many people have the same names and they may be connecting with the same website. Now the BMart website will be confused for whom to send the particular public key. So that is non-uniqueness of the names. Possibility is A receives a document signed by a trusted source C that contains B's public key. So this is the third possibility. So there are three possibilities for sending a public key from B to A. So now let us see what is a digital certificate. A digital certificate is a signed document used to bind a public key to the identity of a person. So what is meant by identity of a person? So it may be his or her name, or his national ID, or an email, or a postal address. So all these are meant by identity of a person. So the entity that issues the certificates is a trusted entity called a certification authority or registration authority. So certification authority we may call it as CA, and registration authority is called RA. These CAs or RAs are the entities which is going to issue the certificates for the public. Okay, there are different types of certificates that a CA may issue. So the most basic kind of certificate that they may issue is how they are going to get this particular certificate is it may be applied through regular emails. So here the CA requires no credentials. So the CA may not ask any credentials from the particular requester. Okay, so this kind of certificates are less secure, are used in less security applications. So this kind of certificates we call it as trusted your own risk certificates. So other kind of certificate, another kind you have, the second kind, where the CA may ask for the credentials to issue the certificate. So here CA would perform identity verification. So what kind of identity he may ask for? He may ask for the identities such as he may ask the passports of the particular requester, or DL, or DL is nothing but the driving license, or any kind of identity may be asked from the requester of the certificate. A session. So now let us consider one case here. Assume that A needs to securely transmit a session key to B. So he encrypts it with B's public key. So now A will need to retrieve the B's public key from B's certificate. He checks whether the certificate contains B's common name. Okay, and A should check if the certificate is still valid. So what is common name? Common name is nothing but the distinguished name of the entity. Okay, it may be email address, or which organization he is present, or what is the country. So that is called common name. A should check if the certificate is still valid. So that is also should be checked when A is going to receive the certificate. So finally the certificate must be signed by CA or RA. So these are the things that A has to check when he receives the certificate from party B. So next is the certificate error. So if the certificate is not present in the website, or not the certificate is not maintained by a particular website, so you may get error like this. You can go through your go through any sites. So you may have already encountered such errors when you are browsing. So there is one example here. There is a problem with this website security certificate. So what is the problem here? The certificate presented by this certificate was not issued by the trusted certificate authority, that means CA. It was not issued by the CA, it is saying. Another security certificate presented by this website was not issued by for a different website's address. So now let us see X.509 digital certificate format. X.509 is an ITU standard or public key cryptography standards specifying the format for public key certificates. So ITU stands for International Telecom Union. Okay, it is a standard. So here format fields meanings. So first, what are the things you may be having here in the digital certificate? The digital certificate may have the serial number or version, and the issuer information, subject information, subject key information, validity period, and certificate signature. So what is this certificate serial number? So it may be the unique number issued by the CA. Another thing is the issuer information. So what is issuer information? It includes his or her common name. For example, it may be email address, organization name, or this country name, etc. And what is subject information? So this includes the distinguished name of the certificate's subject or owner. So owner's information will be the subject information. For example, client-side software will check common name of BMart's e-commerce site. So that is who is the owner of the certificate, that owner information will be the subject information. So next is subject's public key information. So here the subject public key information will be in the form of any RSA modulus, or it may be generated by the Diffie-Hellman key exchange algorithm. Okay, so algorithm here may be used mainly RSA, or sometimes the DSA algorithm also is being used